Good morning, I'm Rose Picard. This is Godly Play for Sunday, September 27th. The people of God came into the Promised Land. When David became king, he collected all the people of God from the north and the south into one group. He took Jerusalem from the Jebusite people and called it the City of David. David and the people of God began to live in Jerusalem, but something was missing. It was the ark. David and his army went to get the ark. When they brought the ark in through the great high gate, King David danced before it. They set up the tent of meeting and put the ark inside. David wasn't allowed to build a house for God because he was a man of war. His son Solomon, though, would build a temple. All of the people had to help build the temple. Some went to the north to Lebanon to cut and bring cedar. They cut stones out of the mountains nearby and prepared the wood and prepared all the stone to start to build the temple. The temple began to grow. People were amazed. There was a great hall for people to go in and worship. There were great gold pillars at the very entrance of the temple. And there was a small room in the back called the Holy of Holies. That was for the ark. The high priest entered only on the Day of Atonement, the holiest day of the year. The temple was beautiful with carvings of olive wood and gold. Inside the temple were the same things that helped them get ready to meet God when they were in the desert. The ark was carried inside by the priests and put in the very back of the temple. Then, the table for the 12 loaves of bread, here's the incense that filled the room, and the menorah that was lit with 7 candles. On the day the priest first carried the ark inside, a great cloud of dazzling light filled the temple. God was there. In front of the temple was the altar, as it had been in front of the tent. The same was true for the great basin of water. On the day all was ready, the king came before all of the people and prayed. He said, "O Lord, God of Israel, there is no God like thee, in heaven above or on earth beneath, keeping covenant and showing steadfast love to thy servants who walk before thee with all their heart. But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, heaven and the highest heaven cannot contain thee. How much less this house which I have built? Yet have regard to the prayer of thy servant and to his supplication." He then asked God to allow God's name to abide in the temple. He asked God to make this the place for people to come to pray and to find justice. Solomon ruled well and was wise. Some said he was wiser than anyone else in the world. His father had been famous for his songs and war, but Solomon was famous for his wise sayings in the temple. Finally, after being king for 40 years, Solomon died and was buried in the city of David, where his father was buried, and Solomon's son was made king. When you go to Jerusalem today, the temple is gone. There are only pieces that remain. It was destroyed when the people of God were taken into exile. It was rebuilt, but destroyed again, and rebuilt again in Jesus' time by Herod. In 70 AD, Herod's temple was destroyed by the Roman army. Only pieces are left today. If the temple is gone and no one can find the ark, I wonder where the 10 best ways are kept today. Thank you for joining me for Godly Play. Have a blessed week.